Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie Infested, or Vermins, whatever you want to call this movie. It's called Infested nowadays. I'm here with my little cat, and she's doing weird stuff. Now, but basically, let's just get into the review. When I was walking into this movie, my hopes were quite high. I had quite high expectations. Because this movie is like a spider horror movie, and I'd heard so much about this movie. I'd heard like this is the creepiest spider movie ever. No, okay, maybe I hadn't heard that, but I'd heard at least that a lot of people thought this movie was good, and stuff like that, and it was very effective for people who had arachnophobia, just like me. And then I was just like, okay, wow, well, if you say that the movie is that disturbing and stuff, then I checked it out because I have arachnophobia and I'm a dumb idiot. Somehow, this movie had super duper many spiders. Like, seriously, this movie has like, I don't know, 1,000 spiders. If you have arachnophobia, like me, I watched this movie. It didn't scare me. I mean, maybe there was like one part or two parts that maybe made me just shiver, like, ooh, that's a bit gross. But yeah, if you have arachnophobia, I don't recommend checking out this. This is not a movie I recommend. And I also just don't recommend it if you have arachnophobia. But I have quite big arachnophobia, and I watched this movie and it didn't affect me that much, which I was kind of surprised. Like I said, I had high hopes getting into this movie, but what I got... when I was about to watch this movie, I had high hopes. When the movie was over, I was kind of pretty disappointed. First of all, I mean, the first act of the movie is fine. Maybe it's a good first act, but, you know, it's about this guy and he buys a spider for, I think, like, $80, I don't know, $800 or something, $80, really much money though for just a spider maybe, but basically, and then he got like, he sells shoes, and then he got a hole in his, okay, maybe I'm spoiling a bit, but basically, things don't go good on and then the spider, and then there's one spider, and then there's more spiders, and then the whole apartment building gets infested, just like the movie's called, Infested. And the first act of the movie, you know, it was good. It definitely wasn't great, though, you know. I guess the acting was fine, you know, there was some creepy moments. The spider looked very real, and I actually think that they used a bit of real spiders in this movie, which was pretty cool. What was it called? Oh yeah, I think in the first act of the movie, it's also when we get our first kill. I'm not going to say how it happens or whatever, but maybe that was a bit effective, you know. I liked that part. Except that we weren't allowed to see the kill and see the guy afterwards. And I don't want to spoil that much, but I don't know. Second act of the movie, spiders infested. The whole apartment building is like infested, you know. Well, not the whole one yet, but these friends of the main character, it's like they open a box and boom, comes tons of spiders. You know, fuck it, I'm going to get into spoilers because I don't recommend this movie at all. Well, it's not a very bad movie. It's not a terrible movie. Definitely not. But I thought this movie was like meh. I thought it was like a 2.5 out of 5 in the beginning. Meh. And then I changed my mind and thought that this movie was just bad. Listen, first of all, I think the movie has really many super predictable jump scares. So it doesn't affect me because the movie doesn't feel so realistic. I mean, I get it. It's one spider, but it's like less than a day. It gets like tons of spider babies and stuff. Like, I know it's supposed to be a horror movie, but it's nothing realistic. Nothing feels real. So you obviously know it's a movie. You know, I could be watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and I could think that feels even, and I could feel the character's fear. I mean, I guess I could feel the character's fear in this movie, but I don't know, man, really predictable jump scares, and yeah, and then this movie isn't that realistic, you know. The characters also make pretty damn dumb decisions, And yeah, and then they keep on arguing the characters, just a bit there and there. And then one scene in the movie, we're going into spoiler review, I've decided that now. They like call the police or something, then the police come. And then they fight the police for no, or maybe it's the police that fights them for no fucking reason. And I don't understand. Is that supposed to, it's like so fucking stupid, and it's just, and then the third act of the movie is pretty damn bad, you know? It's like, I can't even explain it. The spiders have taken over this, I think they're in like a garage or whatever. Wow. And then the spiders taken over there. It's tons of shooting, and it's like action, but it's so fucking goofy. And in the beginning of the movie, they didn't use, sometimes in this movie, I don't even think they used any CGI, but like in the third act of the movie, and obviously a bit in the second act, they use some CGI, definitely. In the third act of the movie, especially in the end, towards the end of the movie, I know it's supposed to have this build up, but it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. Third act of the movie, it's so much CGI, you know. It's so unrealistic, so it doesn't make you. And because I had such high hopes for this movie, because I have arachnophobia, and spiders is something that creeps me out, and this movie did not creep me out. It just made me disappointed. It has tons of spiders. It has some creepy moments, that it has some hard, scary moments that characters have to do, but they don't feel realistic, you know? This movie just feels a bit silly. I watched the movie with my mother. She thought it was funny and silly, but even though this movie was a bit maybe funny and silly, it took it so fucking serious that I couldn't laugh at this movie, because it takes itself so fucking serious. And obviously I don't like this movie, that's why I'm swearing a lot. Usually do that when I don't like movies, but this is a pretty damn big disappointment, and I don't really know what to say. I bet I got some even more things to say about this movie, but I don't really know what to say. I mean, if you have arachnophobia, check this movie out if you want. I highly recommend don't checking it out. Maybe you can look on some pictures of the movie, maybe, but I don't really know what to say. Big missed opportunity, I think. I think this movie has a lot of wasted potential. I don't really know, man. Yeah. I forgot to say my review. Maybe like on IMDb style rating or whatever, maybe a 4 out of 10. On a Letterboxd style rating or whatever, maybe a 2 out of 5, and a Criticless style rating or whatever, maybe 45% out of 100. I don't recommend this movie.